All right, what's up, boys and girls? Little Saturday afternoon breakage. I always feel weird when I break and it's sunlight out for some reason. I don't know why. But here we are. 2024 Tops Heritage Half Blaster Case Break number 131 from the website. Again, thank you for visiting our website, buying spots. It's a slow, painful process getting people over there, but we're slowly but surely getting more and more, so I appreciate it. Alrighty, we don't have to do any spiel or any of that, so let's just go over the teams and we'll get to getting. Uh, Diamondbacks, Michael Y. Braves, Robert S. Orioles, Lou B. Red Sox, Robert S. Cubs, Ben A. White Sox, Robert H. Reds, Aaron Y. Guardians, Brandon C. Rockies, David B. Tigers, Lou B. Royals, David W. Astros, Kevin H. Angels, Aaron Y. Dodgers, Michael Y. Brewers, John T. And Twins, Chris F. Marlins, Kevin H. Mets, David B. Yankees, Lou B. A's, Robert H. Phillies, Lou B. Pirates, Bryce T. Cardinals, Matt M. Padres, Robert H. Giants, Robert S. Mariners, Bryce T. Rays, John G. Rangers, Lou B. Blue Jays, Kevin H. And Nationals, Lou B. Robert, what's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? All right. We got a bunch of boxes to break. Let's do it. Good luck, everybody. I have no idea. We've only opened that one box I gave away the other night because they cut my allocation on these for some reason. I don't know why. So I actually only got like 18 boxes from Tops, and I had to buy a couple extra. And then I opened one the other night, so I had to go out and buy another one for the one I opened. So let's see what we got. Maybe they'll be better than the hobby box. Although last night's hobbies were better. So a step up anyway. Nemo, low. There's a De La Cruz rookie. I'm wondering if they're going to have. I wonder if they have the same hit spot in this. We'll have to keep an eye out. Let's see. Did you see how Top screwed up again and like all of the like half of the variations, all the black border cards say white border on the back and stuff. It's so stupid. They always screw up something. I'd love to know who's in charge of quality control at Tops because they should just be fired. That's all there is to it. Like it is insane how every product comes out. There's problems in it, and they hide behind like, oh, well, we do that. We like to make error cards and this. Come on, dude, that's not an error card. That's you just being idiots. Jonathan India, low numbered. It's a lot of cards, man. I'm just sitting here thinking it's going to take forever to sort. A lot of sorting doing tomorrow and Monday. I'm kind of behind this week. A lot of breaks. 4 breaks tonight on eBay. A little bit of everything. Some more black and Francisco Lindor, Pete Crow Armstrong rookie. What do we got tonight? We got Topps Chrome Platinum. The rest of that case we started last week, which was pretty good. Triple E, Topps Chrome Black, and Heritage tonight. All over there on the eBay. Wait, Pablo Lopez, low numbered. I got my hands working here, feeling particularly stiff. Kyle Tucker. There's an O'Neill Cruz on these. I don't even know what they called it. What do they call these things again? Let me see. Retail exclusive 75 Tops in 3D. No. Baseball sensation. Oil board. 75 BS. I guess that's the baseball sensations. Anyway, O'Neill Cruz. Johnny Bench and Gavin Williams. All right. Nixon Kissinger. That would be very cool. I'm really having a dilemma over what to break next week. I don't know why. Some weeks I'm just like, I don't know what to do. New era or new age, sorry, Paul Goldschmidt. Fall of Saigon double auto. Bailey Falter, low numbered. Papa. Juan Soto. Is that Greinke New Age? Volpe. Chris Stratton, low numbered. Tyler Stevenson, white border. And Pete Alonso. For the Reds is Aaron. Do they do blaster hot boxes? I don't even know. I don't remember. Have we the blaster hot box? Devers New Age. Oh my gosh. Taylor Swift's new album. My wife is just listening to it incessantly. My head hurts. And then she released another album. I'm like, oh, great. Great. More Taylor Swift I have to listen to. Kerry Carpenter, low numbered. This girl is positioning herself to be queen of the world. Taylor Swift. Insane. She doesn't really seem to take a break. I'll give her that. My. Girl's out on this massive world tour making like $4 billion and releases albums and girl works. She's a worker. Scherzer new age. I'll tell you one thing, man. What's his name? Kelsey better marry that girl, else he's gonna he's in for a world of hurt if they break up. Those Swifties are gonna turn on him, man. His life is gonna be ruined. Like he's got to think that in the back of his head. Like if I don't marry this girl, I'm in a world of trouble. I want to mess with those girls. They're no joke. Miller and Carroll. No, I think she's cool. I think she eclipsed Beyonce a while ago, to be honest with you. Beyonce, I know everyone loves Beyonce, and don't get me wrong, she's in the court. She's up there, but man, this Taylor Swift girl is. I honestly believe if she could, like, next week be like, all right, I'm going to run for president of the United States, and she'd win. I absolutely believe she would. Listen, I know the election's in a couple months, but I'm just going to throw my hat in. People should just be like, just give it to her. Tom Seaver and Martin Maldonado and the red show and dice error. Yeah, man, I'm serious. Like, Travis Kelce's in a world of hurt if he breaks up with that girl. His people are going to hate him. I mean, really hate him. I know she's gone out with other guys and broken up, and they've taken some flack, but this is like the most famous one. You know what I mean? They're all over this kid. Kyle Finnegan, white border for the Nationals. Like, he's got to be thinking that in the back of his mind. Like, They were at something, Coachella or something last week, I think. And I saw some video online, and I was like, well, they look like they're getting along all right. Better keep it that way. Those Swifties could do some real damage to your career easily. There's a lot of them out there. Luby's got the Nationals. Lou. All right, let's find something already. Come on, enough mucking around. James Outman. Ooh, what is that? What in the world is this? Rhino. Ryan Sandberg for the Cubs. Look at that thing. What is this? This is one of these. What is it? What are these things called? Let's see. 75 Zoo-Hoo Stick on Blue. Oh, that's cool. There you go. Rhino for the Cubbies. For Ben. There you go, bud. Yeah, no, I know. That's why I just pulled it. That's why I said it's an error card, because it's a wrong picture. Yeah. Look, something like that, maybe they did do on purpose as an error. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But, I mean, they've done it in the past where they've, made error cards purposely, but who knows? But like I said, some of it's just bad. Like the white border thing on back all the black border cards. This is lazy. you know? Walker. Josiah Gray, short print. Oh, yeah, that's right. She's not old enough, right? Yeah. What do you have to be, 35 to be president? Is that right? I forgot all about that now that you said that. I forgot you had to be a certain age. I thought, is it 35 or 40? Brandon Nimmo, Clubhouse Collection for the Metsies. Well, we're getting a relic, that's for sure. For David. Yeah, I don't know why I thought it was 40, but oh, well, maybe she'll run next time around. Although maybe people will hate her by then, who knows? Like, I wonder if Like, see, that's the thing with the Kelsey thing. If she breaks up with Kelsey, no problem. You know, NFL fans aren't really going to care either way. But if Kelsey breaks up with her, oh, forget about it. He's going to have to move to another country. Poor guy. I mean, not poor guy. She's, you know, to use a Leotis Tavares short print. I mean, he's banging Taylor Swift. I don't feel bad for the guy at all. I certainly, I respect him gratefully. But I mean, it has been known that their girl's a little crazy, you know. Spencer Strider. And then she writes songs about you on top of it. You know, so if you do anything wrong or something she perceives as wrong, then she makes a song about it and then you're immortalized. Look at what's his name? Jake Gyllenhaal. That chick's written like 10 songs about him. Half of them have been like #1 hits. And everyone knows they're about him. And she only dated that guy for like 9 months or something like that. Man, she got a lot of material out of him. Hey, you know, it's what's popular right now, you know. Just because my wife's listened to it drives me crazy. I was in a break at Christmas, a white elephant break, and they had Taylor Swift autographs in the break. There was 2 of them in it, and people were going nuts trying to find them because they're worth a fortune. Those things. It's like, and there was this one woman who was in the break, and she's like, "I want one so bad," and everyone's like, "Don't worry, if we hit it, we'll give it to you," and this and that, and a couple of guys are like, "I'm not giving her anything if I win it." Will Wilson, white border for the Phils. For Lou. I said Will Weston Wilson. Will Wilson's the kid with the, I don't know where he is now. He was with, I think he's with San Francisco now, right? He's the one who was with the Angels a couple years back. Luis Garcia, low number. Cal Raleigh and Abreu. Space Mountain opens. Have you ever been on Space Mountain? It's like scary in there not because it's a scary roller coaster, but it's not built very big. I'm a big dude. I'm like 6'3" and a half. And I swear you're lucky if you don't get your head ripped off in there. Because you can see in there and you're very, very close to some of the tracks above you. Brian Rothschild. That's why like the last time I was on it was, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. I was like, that's it. I'm never going on that thing again. I swear I came within like 6 inches of having my head cut off. Brandon Nimmo and J-Rod. Goldie and Canzone. What do we have? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 5 down, 15 to go. Yeah, I always kind of thought I mean, I didn't mind roller coasters. I wasn't like a massive roller coaster fan when I was a kid. Like my sister was one of those types who would like travel to go on a roller coaster. And I mean, if it was there, I'd go on it, whatever. But actually being indoor kind of I always thought was made it a little easier. Like not so scary. Um what you got here? Crime dog. Oh, the crime dog Fred McGriff for the Bravos. That's awesome. Got the Braves. Robert S. on the old crime dog. And Vinny on the back. Like I always kind of thought like being enclosed and dark made it easier, like you can see what was coming. But like I said, in there you can see a little bit, and it's like, oh, whoa, watch your head. I was in Florida. Let's see, like 4 years ago, maybe 5 summers ago, 4 summers ago. I took my son, my nephew, my wife, and I went to Universal, and it was kind of like my all right last trip to Florida with the kid. I got him there 3 times when he was a kid between Walt Disney World and Universal. I did my dad duty. Aaron Savali, low numbered. So, and my wife and my son are huge Harry Potter fans, and that's why they wanted to go to Universal. They wanted to see the Harry Potter world thing. So they had this new ride there, and we waited in line. My wife and I, my son and my nephew were off running around like maniacs in that place. And my wife and I got in line for this, and it's the big ride there. I don't know what it's called. Um, and we waited in line, and it wasn't too bad. I mean, it wasn't that busy, so we waited like a half hour or whatever. And we get up to the thing, and we go to get in the thing, and they split us up. They put my wife like in the front, and I was in the last row, and they couldn't close the bars on me, on my legs, and I was like, and the guy was trying and trying and trying, and I mean, like I said, I'm a big dude. I'm like almost 6'4". I'm like 270. I mean, I'm a big guy. And the guy, so eventually he tried like 5 times, and I was like, whoa, dude, just forget it. Like, it's okay. I'll get off. Like, where are these ones backwards? That one's a low number, the Tyler Stevenson. So anyway, I just like give up, and I'm like, I'll get off, dude. Don't worry about it. So I get off, and I go to the other side, and I just sit down there and wait for my wife, and the like attendant starts talking to me, and he's like, it's crazy how they don't make these rides right. She's like, because I can fit on all the rides. It's not like I'm too big for the ride. I'm just tall, and my legs are tall and this and that. So, and the girl starts telling me, like, we get guys who are like 500 pounds who fit on the ride because they're 6 foot tall or 5'10", but somebody who's like over 6'2" has a hard time because your legs are too long. And she ended up giving us, those passes where you can go to the front of the line. I forget what they're called. Um, she ended up giving me passes because she felt bad that I couldn't go on the ride. So my son was so happy because he got them. And those things are expensive as hell. And my wife's like, oh, I'm sorry you couldn't go on. I was like, I don't care. I'm over rides. I don't need to go on a ride. I'm cool. But Santa Cruz, the Giant Dipper. Oh, yeah? Yeah, there's a bunch of places around here between Six Flags, which isn't far. It's like an hour away. There's a big one out in Western Pennsylvania called Kennywood. That was always like a big roller coaster place. No hitter short print for the Phils. Um, my sister used to go there all the time. She was like a junkie for that stuff. My son likes it. I'll tell you a funny story. My son, when he was like, I guess 10 or 11, we took him to Hershey Park, which is here in Pennsylvania. And they have a bunch of roller coasters there, going from like the old kind of wooden ones to, the super duper looper. And I mean, they have a bunch of them. And we took our niece with us and took him and went up there for the day. And my niece, who had been on a few roller coasters, kept trying to talk him into it. Like, you got to go. You got to try it. You're going to love it. And he was like, nah, no. He had never been on a roller coaster. He just saw them flipping upside down and all that. He's like, yeah, no. Finally, after pushing all day, she got him on one, and he was just hooked from that second on. And now he goes on stuff that I'm like, there is no way you would ever get me on that thing. Kyle Tucker, white border. And Stanton, low numbered. There's this one, I don't know if you guys seen it. They had just opened it when we were at Universal, the Jurassic Park one that's down there. I would be sick if I rode that thing. It is. He must have ridden that thing like 20 times while we were there. And I mean, it is. Roller coasters are out of hand these days, what they're doing with them. Nice old wooden roller coaster. That's cool with me. Even a loop, whatever, that's all right. But man, that thing like shoots out of the gate at like 120 miles an hour. No thanks. I don't quite have the stomach I used to have, It is funny though how I think of things I've done in my own life that you were kind of afraid to do, and then you do it one time, you're just like, that was awesome. Like that was my son. The one time he rode a roller coaster. After that, it was like, oh, I'll go on anything. I'm like, all right. O'Neill Cruz, Fujinami, low numbered. Michael, do you still live in California? I'm trying to think. I know I've seen your address, and now I can't remember. The Bay Area. That'd be a great place to grow up. Beautiful, beautiful area. Beautifully expensive. I know that to live up there. The Miami Marlins. That thing's cool. Oh, Portland, Oregon, right? That's like the cool place to live, right? That's where all the what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a real kind of rockabilly kind of town, right? You guys might be getting a baseball team soon. That's they keep saying. Oh, there's a blue one. That's the one you're supposed to be looking for. Big Cat. We know who that is. Galalaga for the Rockies. For David. And Arias, low numbered. Doesn't run away from me. Yeah. Yeah. It seems kind of like a very trendy type of city, the little bit I know about it, which is cool. But yeah, it's like any town. How big is Portland, like people wise? I know the MLB, the two new teams, they're pushing really hard for Portland to be one of the two cities to get a new team because of, I mean, I've talked about because Seattle and their situation, because every road game is so far away for them. They want to have a team that's closer to Seattle. Oh my God. I know. Ugh, it makes me sick to even hear that. Like, the amount of equity on our parents' houses, Jameson Tyon. I mean, obviously, real estate's still a great investment, depending on where you are and this and that. But like the house I grew up in, my parents paid, I think, $22,000 for when I was, and it wasn't a huge house or anything like that. It was just a normal middle class house right outside of Philadelphia. They paid 22,000 for it in like 75, maybe. And my mom sold it in 2000. When did she move? 2001 for like $420,000. It's like, wow. It's just like crazy. The appreciation of real estate in that time frame was just, ugh. Well, that's when you hear these stories about, like, there's a Kershaw. You hear these stories about these apartments in New York City, that people bought in the 60s and 70s for like $12,000, $8,000. Now they sell them for like $4 million. 616. Yeah, so it's like the size of Boston. Boston's about that. McMahon low numbered is it's crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can get some equity in your house these days, but you ain't getting anything like that anymore, unless you buy somewhere where something major crops up around you and there was nothing there before. Like, and that just doesn't quite happen as much anymore. Junior and Cabbage, Trey Cabbage. Severn Strider. Yeah, I'll bet. It's if you bought any real estate in the 50s or 60s and 70s, like you couldn't go wrong in this country. It didn't matter where it was. I mean, obviously some places are better than others, but I mean, it is insane. Blade, low numbered. That's why nowadays, half people can't even afford to buy a house these days. It's unless you want to live, you know, somewhere out in the boonies or whatever. I mean, house prices are insane, and they do everything to control them. Like the town that I live in, they they do everything to discourage new construction. Um, Hadley, New Age. Now, granted, I live literally right outside of Philadelphia, just a couple miles. And it's a very, you know, packed community, but it's a sought after area too. So it's rare that lots become available. But on the rare occasion that they do, if you want to build on it, you have to pay like absurd like 80% taxes on it. It's crazy. Jake Rogers, low numbered. And it's funny because a few blocks over from me, they actually did this a few years ago. And I mean, these houses were up for, I don't know, they were like over $1 million for the house. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a nice house, but it wasn't anything spectacular. And those things sold like it was nothing. Like, wow. Bobby Witt. Yeah, no, they usually do. It's, believe me, I wish I still had on my family's house from then, the one my mom sold 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Betamax. I mean, unless you're willing to live in some, North Philly or something like that, like some really bad areas. You know, you need some bread to buy a house these days. There's no doubt about it. The American dream is not quite as attainable these days as it once was, especially after 2008. And they were handing out mortgages like like people were blind. Wait, what do we got here? We got two of them. All right, baby giraffe. That is Brandon Belt for the Blue Jays. And we got another crime dog. A Rosarena low numbered. Well, that was the beauty for that generation. You know, if they owned a house and were smart about it, I mean, their house was their retirement. You know, I mean, literally, they could retire off the equity in their homes if they were smart about it. You know, that you doesn't really happen anymore. Not to that degree. Not to say you can't get something out of it, but I mean, you know, if you live in that house for 30, 40 years and then sell it when you're in your 60s or whatever, and you make $500,000 off the house, you're set. You know, but it's not quite as easy these days. Guidry's debut. Yeah. Yeah. My father has a couple houses, but his main house they lives in, someone gave it to them. Like literally gave it to my stepmother years ago. Mitch Keller, low number. And that house is worth like a couple $1,000,000. And it's like, and I had asked her one time, I was like, how did somebody give you this house? She said, well, it was an old guy who lived here and she was a nurse at the time. And she's like, I used to take care of him. And I said, oh, like you were with him for years? She goes, no, just like the last 6 months of his life. But he had no family, so he just left me the house. I was like, wow. What a nice guy. It translates to a couple $1,000,000, 25, 30 years later. Henry Davis rookie. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. I mean, and a lot of that generation, you know, that kind of baby boom generation, they were lucky to have their homes to retire off of. Harper and Duran low numbered. Don't get me wrong, equity is attainable nowadays, but not at those levels. Not like it was. Unless, although sometimes I see like those videos of people like, if you live in, we got 10 boxes left. If you live in White Ranch, Texas, which is in the middle of nowhere, basically, you can get all this for $200,000, and they have this huge mansion and whatever. Although I'll tell you what I saw recently, man. If you go down to, was that El Salvador? No, where was it? I think it might have been El Salvador. I was looking at these realtors down there. Oh my gosh, these gorgeous places right on the ocean and everything for like $200,000. I'm like, I don't know. It looks pretty good to me. My wife's like, yeah. Oh, we got a hot box. All right. Yoshida. Sweet. My wife's like, yeah, until the cartel comes and cuts our heads off for being Americans or whatever. Zagnito and Alcantra. All right, so I answered my own question on the whole Blaster hot box. Pre-baby boom? Yeah. Oh, okay. How old are you, Michael? Goldschmidt for the Cardinals. My father was literally born on VJ Day. Yeah, the day the war ended. Judge. Just older than you. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. But you know what I mean, though. Just that generation that being born in that pre and post World War II kind of, or during World War II era. Garrett Cole for the Yanks. And Kettle Marte for the D-backs. I believe we haven't had a single variation yet. Like an image variation or something by now. Bryson Stott for the Phils. New Age. Geloff rookie for the A's. Pete Alonso pink. Quinn Priester rookie for the Pirates. Drury. Low numbered on the Drury and Weathers. All right, it's a little hot box action. Priester, Geloff, Stott, Marte, Cole, Judge, Goldschmidt, and Yoshida. Sweet. All right, 9 boxes to go. This is our attitude and values. Interesting. That's funny. Soto. Terang. Here's a Tampa Bay Rays. Merrill Kelly, low numbered. Montgomery, Joe Ryan. You know, changing topics a little bit. I saw this video the other day about Joe Mauer, the baseball player, and like his high school career and stuff. My God, he was an amazing athlete, that dude. Like, I was like, I don't even know how it came on. I think it was on Instagram or something. And he said Joe Mauer. At first, I was like, oh, this kid's same name as like Joe Mauer. And I was like, oh, no, he's talking about Joe Mauer. They were talking, he was like the like Gatorade national football player in his senior year. Like, he was like the best football player in the country or something like that when he was like in 2000 or whatever. And then he went and played baseball. And they said in high school, he struck out once in 4 years of varsity baseball. It's like, oh my God. Like, some people are just too blessed with athletic talent. I think he hit like 670 for his high school career or something like that. And then obviously went on to play pro ball and, you know, multiple all-star games and all that stuff. But I had no idea, man, how crazy an athlete he was when he was a kid. Carson Kelly, low numbered. Earl Weaver, Hunter Green, Luciano rookie, and Trey Turner. You guys will be able to put a lot of sets together with these, that's for sure. Devers. Yount breaks Mel Ott's. What is? Let's see. Mel Ott's record for most MLB games by a teenager seemed unaccessible. After all, it stood for over 47 years. That was until September 14th when Robin Yount appeared in his 242nd game as a teenager. That was just 2 days before Robin Yount's 20th birthday. He was in 242 games before he was 20 years old. My God. See, it's a little stuff like that that amazes me. I never knew that. George Brett and Andrew Bellotti. Let me move some bass real quick. La, la, la. Chris, what's up, buddy? All right, 8 to go. Do you think we only get one hot box? Maybe we'll get 2 hot boxes. That would be nice. Holmes, Justin Steele, Garrett Mitchell. Just got up. You bum. Lazy. Oh, yeah, you work until 8 in the morning. Just kidding. So when are you switching back? Isn't that got to be coming soon, right? You were saying they were talking about going back to days. Is that going to happen? Stanton. Short print. Just sleeping the day away. That'd be my mother. She'd be, how do you come in? Well, I work all night, Mom. That's so what does that matter? She would be on me anyway. You don't know. Oh, man. You got to get on it, man. Be like, look, I can't be doing this no more. I need a life, man. You ever nod off at work, Chris? Like you go in the back and like, oh, I'll just sit down for a few minutes. You're like, oh. Tommy Henry low numbered. Oh, they need to find a replacement. I gotcha. You might have to go find someone yourself, or else they'll conveniently take a while. Oh, yeah, we're looking. Don't worry, Chris. Yeah, we're looking. Sure you are. We got this sucker to take the. Who's going to be the next one? Pete Alonso. It's like every other one is a Pete Alonso. You want to sleep at night? I don't blame you, bro. I don't blame you at all. Like I said, there was a time in my life when I could have handled that, but not now. No way. I don't care what you pay me. And I'm a nighttime guy, but I just wouldn't want to be at work. Like I don't mind being up late. I was forever when I worked in restaurants, but I just wouldn't have to want to do that overnight. I did it when I was younger, like I said, the hotel a little bit and stuff when I was in culinary school, but watching the sun come up at work isn't really a lot of fun. It's the only thing I ever hated about being a chef in the restaurant industry was you always had to work when other people didn't, like Sundays. Like nobody's working and you got to get to work and you're just like, walking down the street going to work being like, oh, everybody's off today. Why do I have to go to work? I never minded working 18-hour days. I just hated working days when, I didn't want to, like Sundays. Sunday was always the one I hated because the people were such a pain on Sundays. Severino, low number. While watching a table, really? Yeah, that's the other thing you got to be careful about. If you're not really, you're driving home and you knock off at the wheel, and next thing you know, you're wrapped around a pole somewhere. Yeah, I don't know why I always hated Sundays so much, but I did. When I lived in South Carolina right after culinary school, I lived in Charleston, and I was a sous chef at a place called 82 Queen. It's a very famous restaurant in Charleston. And I made no money. I was so broke. Devers. This was like 89, 90, right around there. I was this PM sous chef. I think I made like $7.50 an hour or something like that. It was pathetic. Um, and I used to live in North Charleston. If anybody is familiar with Charleston, South Carolina, Doval, North Charleston's not the nicest area to live in, but the base is there. The naval base was there. I don't even. I assume it still is. I don't know. I used to live right down the street from the entrance to the naval base, and but otherwise, it's not a great area to live in. But it's cheap, and that's really all that mattered. And I used to take a bus from North Charleston downtown to work from my place. And nobody would be on the bus, nobody would be on the street. And I'd just be like, oh, someday I don't want to work. I'd have always, for a lot of years, I traded Sundays off for 6 days, rather than having 2 days off. Especially before I started running places, like I would get guys to agree to give me Sunday off, but then I'd have to work 6 days. Be like, that's fine. I don't care. Like, just don't make me work on Sunday. Sandoval. Yeah. It's funny when you're in your 20s and 30s and you are like invincible, physically. And I mean, for the better part of 20 years, I worked 110 hours a week, every week for, you know, all that time. And, you never really thought about it. You know what I mean? You just did it. But now looking back on it, man, there's that old saying, nobody lays on their deathbed and says, God, I wish I worked more. Like, I think back and like, oh God, I wish I didn't work so much. Sengalo number. Shohei Correa Lindor. What's up, John? Hey, there you go. There's the old Fall of Saigon. Just need to Evan Carter rookie. Get that puppy signed. It's funny when I think back to like my 20s and working in the restaurant business and what we did. Dean Kremer, low numbered. I honestly don't know how I'm still here today. I really don't. We used to work like 16, 17 hours and we go out and just get lit and go back and sleep on the prep tables for like 45 minutes and then work another 17, 18 hours and do that for days sometimes. Like just go out, party for 5, 6 hours, wouldn't go home, just go back to the kitchen, sleep on the floor in a prep table, and then get up an hour later and just start working again. And I couldn't do one night like that now. It'd take me a month to recover if I did it one night like I used to. Corbin Carroll, New Age. Yeah, that would be some tough autos to get now, I suppose. Well, there might be some stickers out there somewhere, you know? Gunner. That's funny. Gary Sanchez, low number. It's the first his I've seen of that. Reed Detmers for the Angels Clubhouse Collection and a Dominguez rookie. It's about time, man. Jeez. Card only. Start digging people up. 5 to go. Hey, John, why were you asking me about Tuesday last night? Was it just you were just joking around, or did you have a? I meant to ask you, and I was like, I was thinking about today. I was like, wait, why did John ask me about Tuesdays? And Goose. I'm assuming Goose Gossage. Yeah, Goose Gossage for the Yankees. The goose is loose. Freddie Freeman, Michael Rooker. Yeah, the short prints would be a little tough, and also the fact that you have to do the second, the high number, the high number. Oh, look at that, a gold one. George Brett for Kansas City. It did say look for. Wait, what did it say on there? Look for 75 tops base sensation gold for foil boards. There you go. There's a gold. For David. I'm assuming they're very rare. Oh my God, I got you. Yes, there is something to be said for weekday and weekend breaks. That's for sure. There you go. Gold George Brett. That's cool. John Gray, low number. Moncada. Collect base cards 1 to 500. It's 725 cards will be the complete set. So high numbered is going to be 225 card set. Westberg rookie. You kind of wonder how they can say that in advance. They don't, who knows who gets called up in the next few months. I guess they just won't include them. Nick Pivetta. Jack Flaherty, Emmett Sheehan. Jim Palmer, Gunnar Henderson. Shawver. There he is. Trouty. This one's not easy to come by, this low numbered trout. I think it's only the second time we've pulled it. Who's got the Angels? Aaron. All right, we got a couple of them again. Baby Bull and Gator. Baby Bull is Orlando Cepeda for the Giants. That one I would not have gotten. Ron Guidry for the Yankees is Gator. Good Gator. Baby Bull, that one I haven't heard of. Can't exactly say I'm a expert Orlando Cepeda person either, so. Yeah, doing this set is an undertaking. There's no doubt about that. Mackenzie Gore. But see, I think that they should have the one thing I miss are checklist cards for sets like this. I still think they should have checklist cards. Like they used to when I was a kid. I used to use them all the time. I always had the checklist cards, figuring out if I had the whole set. I loved it. I actually found I still have them in a book. Some of my old checklist cards where I actually like checked off on everything. Oh my God, an autograph! Look at that. Jackson Wolf rookie for the Pirates. Who's got Pirates? My man Bryce. Here you go, buddy. Jackson David Wolf. But I used to love like having the little card to check off and stuff. I don't know. Checklists are a dying breed. I loved them. Hey, an autograph. Nice. Juan Soto. Adley. Kevin Newman, low numbered. And what do we got here? For the Padres, Hae-Sung Kim, 391 of 575. For Robert. There you go, buddy. Hae-Sung Kim. Yeah, no, there are some checklists out there that are valuable. I've seen them. I've seen checklists graded and all kinds of stuff. I just think for like a set like this, it would be cool to still have checklist cards in it. You know, when it's such a big set collectors thing, like, I don't know, I think it just kind of goes with the whole, you know, the whole feel of the set, you know? Fred Lynn, Betamax. Yeah, mine exactly the same way, Michael. Mine checked off in pen too, and scratches. Oh, I missed that one. I checked the wrong one. I still love them. I think they just go with the set. You know, like it would be cool if they still did the Harrison Bader. Not that anybody actually use them anymore. You know, God forbid. You know, people out there trying to soak cards in card juice or whatever. Did you guys see that thing about the Jackie Robinson that they soaked? Oh, this stupid Kurtz Card Care or whatever it is. They're making such a big deal out of this crap. Like, and I guess if you didn't see it somebody cracked like I think it was a 53 Robinson, PSA 2.5, and they soaked it in that Kurtz card juice or whatever it is, and it got the staining out. And PSA, they posted the whole thing online. They even put up like their serial number on the card, and the pop and all that. So PSA pulled it from their database as not being graded anymore. And, the fight is the flying squirrel, Jeff McNeil. The fight is, and I don't know how I feel about this either, but I mean, they fix art. Original art gets restored all the time. Moniac. And now, granted, I know they're baseball cards, so let's not get too crazy. But I mean, if you're pulling a 1950s, 1940s, 1930s, old tobacco card or something like that, I mean, if you can restore it legitimately, is it really that big a deal? But everybody's making a real big deal out of it. And the card did look better. I'll give them that. I wouldn't let that stuff anywhere near my cards, but it did definitely look better. So, Arizona NL champions. I don't know. I mean, it's like anything else. They like to make a mountain out of a molehill. If anything in this hobby, it's all conspiracy and lies. And I mean, if you can legitimately restore, I'm not talking about trim and stuff or color and stuff. I mean, if you can literally restore something, then what's the big deal? I don't know. Maybe I'm not thinking of it the right way, but Sonny Gray low numbered. I can't believe somebody would crack a 53 Jackie Robinson just to try and prove a point. Like, because if they don't post that and say they do it and they dry it and they do whatever and they send it into PSA, how does PSA know? Like, that card could come back as a 4 or a 5. I didn't really look at it that closely, so I don't know what else was damaged on it, but PSA's not going to know either way. Grandal for the White Sox, white border. Trim it, wax it, soak it, burn it. The soaking thing, I can't imagine I don't understand how it doesn't damage the cards. That's why I would never touch this stuff myself. But if somebody else wants to try it out on their expensive cards, hey, go right ahead. I'll watch. Because the guys on Sports Card Radio, that's Robert on the White Sox. The guys on Sports Cards Radio have talked about it a few times, and it's like he always says, how many cards have you ruined doing this? Because of course they never show the cards that end up ruined, I suppose, but I don't know. Now you're going to get cards back from PSA that they won't grade, and it'll say soaked on it. Like, they're going to believe you soaked the card before you send it in. I mean, you already got guys getting cards back saying they were trim that weren't, that they refused to grade. I mean, that's why grading's so ridiculous in a way. I mean, I love graded cards because I love the cases. That's what I care about, And I mean, don't get me wrong. Everyone likes the fact that it ups the value of your cards and so on and so forth. But I don't know how PSA became such an authority on everything, that they get to determine like what is allowed and what's not. See, the smarter thing for them with that Jackie Robinson was they should have done all that, sent it in, got it regraded, and then put the video out and said, like, okay, so we took this 2.5 PSA 53 Robinson, cracked it out of the case, soaked it, dried it, cleaned it up, sent it back to PSA, and it came back as, we can't grade this, or it came back as a 5, or it came back as a, because either way, PSA is going to be pissed and they're going to pull it out of their database either way, but at least then you could kind of show the whole process and if it actually changes things with them. Or if they can figure it out, that something has been altered on the card. Yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine, like I said, soaking any cards having anything. Pete Alonso is the polar bear. We all know that one. But they're a company trying to make money. I get it. Kurt's Card Care or whatever they are. I don't really know how you soak cardboard in water and it doesn't destroy it, but they're obviously smarter than I am. Luis Severino, low numbered. Here, let me crack out my 51 Mickey Mantle and stick it in your juice. I don't think so. I'm fine with it just how it is, or I wouldn't have bought it in the first place. Morgan and Acuna. PSA just doesn't like being shown up, I guess. They feel like that's what's happening. Double. 511. The Riz. Stick it in your juice. Patrick Sandoval. All right, last box. Excuse me. As usual, guys, I do want to thank you all for going to the website. It helps every time you guys check it out. We're getting more and more people over there, and I do appreciate it. Tell your friends and family, all that good stuff. For the Padres, Kyle Higashioka. Didn't we have... Wasn't the black border one of him different? I have to go back and double check that black border, unless they're just using a different picture for 249 and 375. For Robert. Check that. Viking program. NASA launches Viking 1 towards Mars. Oh, Robert, you got it, buddy. See if we can find something else. Sometimes when you get a numbered parallel, there's something else in the box, too. Nick Madrigal, man, that's like the first of him I've seen. David Bednar. Get done this, I gotta get set up for tonight. Luciano rookie. Arenado. Bo Bichette white border for the Blue Jays. And Freddie Peralta low numbered for the Brew Crew. John Montefusco. McCovey pinch hit grand slam leads to victory. All right, the last pick. Clay Holmes, Hayden Wynenski, and Rowdy Tellez, low numbered. All righty, my friends. That is going to do it. I want to thank everyone, as always. Couldn't do this without you. Truly appreciate it. We will be back in a couple hours later tonight. Got 4 breaks on eBay. So hopefully you guys can join us there. I'm going to put a... see what we can do here for a hit recap. Do-do. Do-do-do-do. Matt, thanks, buddy. Thanks for joining us. All right, hit recap for Heritage Half Blaster Case number 131. I only saw one Dominguez and one De La Cruz, a rookie. We'll double check, of course, during the sort in case we missed anything. And one of the show and dice error cards. We had a ton of short print and stuff, the low numbered short prints. We'll go through and pull any of the good guys out of there, the Trouts and rookies and stuff like that. Exclusives for the hobby boxes, the pinks, there are a billion of them. I don't really think they're anything too special, but there they are. The Black Zoo ones are kind of cool. And we did have one blue Galarraga. A couple of doubles, but not a lot. Goose, Baby Bull, Gator, Flying Squirrel. I like these ones. Those are cool. They're different. We had 2 relics, Detmers and Nimmo. We did have a hot box. Priester, Geloff, Stott, Marte, Cole, Judge, Goldschmidt, and Yoshida. And then other hits, white borders. We had Estes, Tucker, Wilson, Finnegan, Stevenson, Grandal, Bobichette. We did have a gold. These are like super short printed George Brett on those 75, whatever they were called. Numbered parallels for the Padres, Haesung Kim to 575 and Kyle Higashioka to 375. And we did have an autograph of Jackson Wolf for the Pirates. So there we have it. All right, folks. Again, thank you as always for joining me here on the website and the channel. We start breaks tonight, I think at 9:30 or 10. Auctions will start ending at 7, I believe, 7 Eastern. So grab yourself a spot and come back and join us tonight, and I'll see you all in a few hours. Have a great day. Later.